All right. So if you listened to the first video of me describing what I was going to do, here is me doing what I was describing. So I'm in chapter 3 of the introduction to cognitive behavioral therapy, and the chapter 3 is on the therapeutic relationship, and I'm practicing ways of remembering and ways of absorbing and containing information. So the first was the introductory chapter, and it was going into detail about the effectiveness of the therapeutic alliance. And the biggest takeaway that I got from this section, the section being the therapeutic relationship as an essential foundation of therapy, was that when you go into therapy, you need to be motivated to do the therapy, and that often happens within the therapeutic relationship. There's an encouragement and that sort of thing. And I was kind of relating it to, I was thinking of examples to relate it to. I think in tangible examples. That's the way that I learn very, very easily. I absorb information a lot easier. And I was thinking about, when you go to a personal trainer for fitness, for example, you don't necessarily need a personal trainer for fitness, but if you have the motivation to go out and do it and learn it, and it might take a lot longer to get there without a personal trainer, but you have the motivation, you end up getting there. A personal trainer can kind of get you there quicker, but the most important thing at the opposing end of that is that you can't just go see a personal trainer and then have them do everything, not for you, but tell you what to do, and go to the gym once when you go to the personal trainer and then don't do the exercises that they tell you to do. And it's kind of like that. So there has to be a mutual working together mutually. And so what they were trying to do is to explain the therapeutic relationship as essential to cognitive behavioral therapy. And my critique on it is that cognitive behavioral therapy is a theory, but without supporting it with other types of psychological thought, like the therapeutic alliance and Carl Rogers' approach. And they also talked about how it's not like psychoanalytic theory, which would suggest that you go into a therapy session and the client may project onto the therapist or other such objects, or just explaining stories, the relationships that they experienced and the different dynamics, and then and they said that it's not like that. But I think what's happening is that there's CBT, and then there's all these other psychoanalysis and unconditional positive regard for the client theories, Carl Rogers theories, and they're being used inside of developing a relationship with the client. So it's foundational. Yeah, it is. It's foundational to have a relationship with the client, to develop a relationship with the client, to gain trust in the relationship, for the client to gain trust in the therapist and their skills and in their intentions as well. So strong empathic skills are needed, obviously. Yeah. So you need that in order to. Let's see what else I can find. I'm going to do an experiment here because I've exhausted this practice, and I don't know if I did a very good job. So I'm going to just skim over a couple areas. Moreover, the evidence indicates that it may be the nature of the client's participation in treatment that is the strongest predictor of outcome. So that's what I was trying to say regarding, the client needs to be motivated to do the change. There needs to be an agreement on the task, agreement on the therapy goals, and a positive positive therapist-client bond. Okay, so that's all. Basically, it's setting us up for the rest of the chapter, and I will perhaps make more videos on that. The next one is the role of the therapist.